guys and girls, it's RVP Matt123 at your service, and welcome back to Matt Reacts. Now today we're going to be reacting to another Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends YouTube collab, but this time it's the 35th anniversary collab by Orbonom. Now, yeah, when I saw that this was open, I did enter for it. I'm sure you've seen my entry already. Now, with the Real Xbox Nerds collab last time, I actually reacted to my entry for that, which, to be honest, I think that was kind of a bad idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna skip my entry whilst reacting to this, and that will save a lot more time. So yeah, and I'm pretty excited for this. Today is actually the 35th anniversary of the Thomas and Friends show, yeah, and also this was just uploaded today, so yeah, kind of perfect time to react to it and to post it as well. So yeah, I'll leave a link to Orbonom's channel in the description. He does other YouTube videos as well, which yeah, I've seen a few of them and they are really good. So yeah, let's just get into this. Oh, by the way, new headphones, nice stuff. So then, if you're ready, I'm ready. Time to react. Let's get it. We got a nice intro first. It's a talk show.
Welcome to Tip of the Hat, the Fat Controller's talk show. Thank you, my dear. Now we are going to show you the Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends 35th anniversary collab. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh!
Right then, first up, byte Collab. Oh no, this is all just showing who's in it. Okay. Get a ton of people in these things. Hey. I could not react to that. Yeah, this is a good intro. Hold on. Go.
Bitch.
Now, I think this guy was in TRX and...
Brandon Docks is one of the shittiest dockyards on all the island of Sur. It's where ships and engines and cranes alike are busy f***ing the Fat Controller every day of the year. Crane never gets a nap. He always smokes weed. He's high all the time, and his only company are the bugs that settle on his arm. Buzz off, you useless little bugs. So Cranky is always bitchy. Ahoy there, Cranky! Cried Salty. Where the fuck have you been, you useless shit? Snapped Cranky. And a good day to you too, bitch. Bill and Ben arrived with our cocks to load Cranky's ass. I'll see them. Hurry up! Barked Cranky. I haven't got all day. Oh, you're no fun, grumbled Bill. You wouldn't be fun if you were stuck up here. So that's why you're cranky, said Bill. You're lonely, stupid crane who has no friends. What? So you and your fucking little miserable cock go to the scrapyard. You useless shit. This made Cranky very furious. So cranky that he swung his cock around. Oh, shit. And dropped the pipes onto the tracks instead of Bill.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm not going to do a counter, by the way.
You've blown the main now, matey. The Fat Controller was in his office being measured for a new cock. When he heard the news, he said, "F you," and left immediately for the docks.
You miserable little shit. Whee! Oh!
You're a very naughty crane, he said sternly. I'm sorry, sir, Cranky whispered. You engines will have to be naughty to each other tonight until Harvey f***s up this mess, and you engines in the morning. Bill and Ben cried. So it's company you be needing, said Salty. That reminds me of a story.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
It was Frankie's heart sank as Salty began telling tales of a powerful traction engine who like little children, so sometimes he would give children rides on his car. Oops. When the sun rose, he was still talking and talking. It was 100 stalking with a 50 totally little ship. I can't take any more.
Oh my god.
Good riddance. Harvey the crane engine arrived to f*** up this mess.
Hurrah!
I'll never misbehave again, he promised, as long as I don't have to listen to any more of Salty's stories. Oh, really?
Shut up!
Frankie hard all day. He carefully loaded the engines with semen, and he calls them bugs and said, "Fuck you." What the fuck is this, Puff Thomas? I fucking hate Frankie, said Percy, and all the engines laughed. But Cranky was still the lonely, stupid, miserable, useless crane who has no friends. Fuck the engines, the shit.
Oh god. Oh, I got these credits. Definitely a great start.
Right,
Okay,
I'm
here's
back,
me.
and this time I don't.
Gordon was resting in a saucer. The next door, let me Beep, 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 beep. Hello, fatty, whistled Henry.
Get the f*** out of here!
Spluttered Gordon. Fancy speaking to me like that. He's never had an accident. On jammed safety valves and burst whistles accidents. No, indeed. High spirits might happen to Henry. No, you Gordon. Then it was Henry's turn to watch X-Men. Be careful, Henry. You're not watching for the dark world.
Hey, wrong way, Henry.
Henry went off in a huff, and Gordon yawned and went to sleep. Is it coaches or coaches? Coaches, said his driver.
I thought you liked pulling coaches, Gordon.
Gordon was slow to start. In the right
This
way.
is one ear.
Yeah, way. I won't go. I won't go, grumbled Gordon. Don't be silly, puffed Edward. At last Gordon was on the turntable. The movement had shaken his fire. It was now burning Gordon.
Get me out!
Gordon was cross and didn't care what he did. He waited till the table was ready. Gordon had a lovely picnic supper of fish and chips. That was good, said Gordon. I'll show them, he hissed. Say him with the He moved slowly forward to jam the table. Oh, shit. But he couldn't stop himself and slithered into a ditch. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna get a lot of those.
Get me out! Get me out!
So he wasn't able to do that under his own power in the original thing.
I won't go, grumbled Gordon. Edward, push Gordon into a ditch, please. I won't go. I won't. She hissed. Get me out! Get me out! No! Gordon lay in the ditch always and always and always. Oh dear, he thought, I shall never get out.
Of course, you're saying that for always. Oh, that's pretty real.
Shut up! Jim was sulking. The trucks would not stop. Revolutionary. Singing. Shut up! He ordered and bumped them hard. The Fatkin came to stop the noise. Duck called me a galloping... Did you, Duck? Certainly not, sir. No steam engine would be as mean as that. Diesel lurked up. Now, Diesel, Duck called me a big black weasel. Sorry, Duck, but you must go to Edward's station for a while. Duck puffed sadly to Edward's station. It's not fair, he complained. Diesel has been telling lies about me and made the Fat Controller and all the engines think I'm horrid. Edward smiled. I know you are horrid. Shut up, old square wheels, he ordered and bumped Edward off the rails. What has happened to me? I won't stay here. I'll run away, he puffed.
That's Percy's line.
We like, Edwards said the trucks. We don't like the Great Western nonsense. Let's chase him, bump him, throw him in the barber shop. They raced through Edwards Station. Another clear mile and we'll do it, said the trucks. Glory, look at that. Duck was in pieces. Hurrah, 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 laughed the trucks. We've broken Duck.
Percy's done a poo. Alright, what's next?
One winter evening, Thomas the Tank Engine wouldn't stop being a swinging. I want to break you to poop. The other engines didn't take much notice, for Thomas was a little engine with a long penis. But one night, Edward came to the shed. He was a cunt and felt sorry. I've got some coaches to take home tomorrow. If you take them instead of me, I'll push trucks in the yard.
Thank you, said Thomas. That will be nice.
Now, trucks are silly and noisy. They talk a lot and talk a lot. Don't attend to what they are talk a lot. And I'm sorry to say they stuck an engine who... He warned Thomas to be careful, but Thomas was too careful to listen. And when the signal dropped, Thomas was ready. The guard blew his whistle. Answered Thomas and started off. Oh. He was feeling very proud of himself, but the trucks grew crosser and crosser and crosser and crosser and crosser. At last, Thomas slowed down as he came to Gordon's Hill.
Look out for the train.
I must stop. Crash.
Toby the tram engine was very excited. He was wearing a brand new bell. He was off to the seaside. We're almost there. Listen, you can hear the seagulls. But instead of a big welcome, there was just one man. He whispered to Toby's driver and turned sadly away. Well, if that doesn't take the biscuit, said Toby's driver. They've run out of biscuits. We've got to go home, Toby. I'm sorry, old boy.
Meanwhile...
The
Come on, don't
fat
you
can
eat enough?
arrived. Leave these trucks here, please, Percy. There's an emergency at the harbour. This will be trouble with Bulstrode. Who's Bulstrode? Wondered Percy.
face?
His driver explained. Bulstrode is a bullshit barge. He never stops being a cum. His driver was right about Bulstrode. Come on, why aren't you trucks coming in the sink? That's disgusting, shouted the trucks. You're in the wrong, not us. When Percy arrived, Bulstrode was in the hulk and the trucks were so... Bulstrode, this asshole, please, put us in a siding so that we can stow him and be rid of him. As Percy was lining them up, they burst through some buffers. Help! I need somebody help! But it was too late.
I can wait.
Come on!
Thank you.
We did 20 ticks, and that was the best one.
The Fat Controller sat.
For those of you who don't know who David Mitton was, he was the original director of the Thomas and Friends series. I think for like the first 7. Yeah, he passed away about 10 years ago. So yeah, rest in peace to him, definitely.
Sat in his office. The passengers were angry. The Fat Controller stood in his office. The passengers were furious. There's trouble in the shed, sir. Thomas is being a bitch. Bother, he said. Why brought old steam engines such a trouble? He wants more money because he's the star of the television show. Quickly, let's go to the Topham car. No. Yes. Aren't you excited? Whatever is happening, thought a station master. Here we are. What the fuck is that shed? 17. Certainly not. We only have 16 sheds. Phew. This is a television studio. How lovely. And by the way, said the Fat Controller, they didn't help the Me Too movement. That's disturbing. Yes, Fat Controller went to a main studio and they showed him all sorts of actors. He was very tired and didn't care what he did. At last he saw one with 4 wheels. That will do, he thought. What the f***, said Thomas. Thomas the Tank Engine wouldn't stop being a nuisance. I'm tired of pushing coaches. I want to see the world. Who are you? I'm Thomas. You're not Thomas, rumbled Gordon. You look more like me. Thomas was silent. Shut up, said James. Leave Thomas alone. He's right, you know, said Henry. He was feeling very sorry for himself. That's a truck. Truck, said Gordon. Puh. Next morning, Thomas woke up to get his coaches ready. Magic. Thomas ran to find the coaches. Then he realized he couldn't move. Cinders and ashes, said Thomas. I'm stuck. You can't move, Thomas, spluttered Gordon, because you're a truck. Everyone was very cross at Gordon for being rude to Thomas. Edward came to the shed. Peep, peep. Hello. He looked at the other engines and said, Where's Thomas? Where's Thomas? Where? Wait, said Edward. Is that Thomas? There was a long silence. You stupid shunt, said Edward. Suddenly, Thomas pulled out a gun. Silence! Snapped Thomas. What? I'm in charge of Sodor. The other engines felt rather silly, so they left. Come back, yelled Thomas. Oh, Thomas was alone. Oh dear, he said, I am a silly truck. Time for Thomas, said Thomas. Hello, said Thomas. Who are you? I'm Thomas the Tank Engine. Why did you honk? What? asked Thomas. You just did it again. Bust my buffers. Stop! It was crappy on the island of Sodor. All the engines were working for the TTTE. Thomas and Toby were busy carrying go-line mates up and down the branch line.
Oh my god.
Everyone was miserable. By the side of the track was a lonely little cottage with a familiar figure waving to them. It's Mrs. Allcroft, whistled Thomas. Peep, peep, happy Christmas. It's not Christmas, you fucking twat. Shut up, said Thomas. When work was over, Thomas went to kill the other engines. He did not. I've something important to say. Do you realize it's been 35 years since Mrs. Allcroft put Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends on television?
It has.
Holy shit, said James and Henry together. We must have a big piss up to celebrate. Exactly, said Thomas. And a very naughty too, said James. No. Everyone was getting very excited, and the drivers felt sure that the Fat Controller would break out of prison to get wasted with them, as indeed he did. The engines were all doing shots when silence fell.
Oh my.
The Fat Controller had bad news. Must have taken over Sodor. You must destroy them, Thomas. There's no prostitutes unless you do. Saucy. Look at that, exclaimed Thomas's fireman. Well, little Thomas, chuckled Muttel. Now it's time for you to time. Go away. Oh, party time. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry and a Happy New Year. Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends thought it was shit.
That's a good one.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised, and I go right back at it like an automatic. More drinks, more songs, more beats to rap. New era, wet my P's and those O's. Need the Phillies with the orange and black to feel home. From Citizens Bank back to Camden Yards, it's a tale of two cities, and trust we go hard. Trust we go hard, yes we go hard. You said we go hard, I said we go hard. Rocking my Bob Cousy, stocking up on the loose. The lyrics come easy, but the life is a doozy. And yes, I'm choosy, and no, I won't settle, but I still take pop off over that kettle, cause I'm talking bigger picture. And yes, I'm gonna hit you with the...
That's fire.
Percy is a little green engine who can shunt and pull.
No shit.
He pulls both passengers and freight.
Come on, get this show on the road.
Thank you.
One evening, Percy arrived late at Brendam Docks. Your gate, Percy, said the dock manager. I will have to fix a Topham hat.
Now you have become the very thing you swore to do. Oh! What's that?
Fuck. Down the line, Trevor the Track had been struggling with a big cartload of weed. Crossing the tracks, the cart's wheels had broken off. Then Trevor heard Gordon. Oh no, Trevor cried. Gordon could see the cart.
Get out of my way!
Oh, that a real f***ing original. Said accent. Did you shunt those shit shows onto the other line? You said you wanted him on the other line, Duck replied. No, that other line. The other line.
Cheer up, smiled Edward. Sir Topham Hatt has work for you at his new harbor. I'm to take you to meet Thomas today. Oh, exclaimed Trevor happily. A harbor, the seaside, children, that would be lovely. FBI, open up!
You're arrested.
One day, Thomas and Percy were helping Salty at the docks. But Salty was worried. It may be sunny now, matey, but there be docks coming.
Didn't look that worried.
What the fuck for? One morning, they arranged some trucks and went away from
Master Hand and Lazy Hand.
Oh my god!
They
never
returned
noticed
to
that,
find
I
them all
swear.
gone. The twins were most surprised. Their drivers examined a patch. That's semen, they said. Disgusting. You had. It's your fault the diesel came. It isn't. It is. It isn't. It is. It isn't. It is. It is. It isn't. Ha ha ha. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Root toot toe, we wanna go. The fruit's going off cause
You're too slow.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that.
Double.
You and we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won.
Squashed fruit flew everywhere.
There are two ways of doing things, the Great Western Way or the wrong
Arthur
way.
was upset.